Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 with another video review. Today we're going to be looking at the Unique Toys Y02 Data Courier Buzzing, which is their take on a masterpiece blur. Take a quick look at the box here. Here we have blur and a nice motion blur after image artwork. Unique Toys, got our legal jargon on the bottom, got more of that work on the top, got the vehicle mode of the figure here, and on the same on the other side, and then other side is flipped, as you can see, but we get our obligatory product shots. There he is with his included accessories, everything in the box, and a few poses. So there is that. And we also, of course, get our lovely instructions. So there is that. And he does come with a couple different accessories. We also get a collector's card, and it's like a hard plastic credit card kind of collector card, which is neato, that artwork, and the tech specs. So there is that. So first of all, he does come with a target master, whose name I do not know. I'm not very familiar with that, but here he is in the gun mode, and he doesn't really grip terribly well because there's no like secure point in the hand. It just sort of wraps around the handle, so you know it'll hold, but you know basically that's why I had it in his hand this way instead, because it actually stays in his hand a little bit better. Go ahead and get him all oriented, but we will put this off to the side for now. And then we do get two other little things. Take them out of the plastic clamshell. We do get an alternate face, which judging by the hole and all that, you do need to unscrew and disassemble his head to switch this out. So I'm not really going to bother with that, because I think his curtain face is fine, and honestly I'm not even the act. Oh, okay, his mouth is like a little open. He's sort of like, ooh. And then we get this. If I can get it out of there. There we go. Which I believe is supposed to be Metroplex's transformation cog. It definitely looks like a G1 transformation cog, and I can't think of any other episodes where that was involved. So I'm pretty sure that's where that is from. But that's it for the accessories. So we'll get this out of the way. And yeah, overall a very nice figure. This is my first venture with Unique Toys, and so far I'm liking their stuff. You know, this is a solid figure. From what I understand, this is a reissue. I believe this was around a few years ago too. So, and got some nice metallic blues here on the chest and on the kneecaps, on the thrusters on the arms, and he does have these overextended elbows, which these are spring-loaded, so that's nice. Some nice mechanical detail and silver paint there. Got a bit of a vent thing on the backpack, and his backpack is fairly small, which is nice. And then some silver on the feet there, and for his face, do get a little bit of yellow there and white there, and blue for the eyes, a little bit of silver on the top. Very nice. And just for a couple of quick size comparisons, here he is with the Studio Series blur. there is that. And here he is with Studio Series Blaster. So there's that. Now, as for the weapon, we'll go ahead and transform this guy, because this is actually for the robot mode as the gun, and then in the vehicle mode he sort of is the passenger. So first you want to take these two parts off. You just pop them up like this, then you want to bring this handle down, then you're gonna peg this into a little slot right here, like so. That makes a smaller gun. Then we take this and we bring these arms down to the side, then bring them down like so. Then for this, bring the legs around like so, and fold this up. It's kind of stiff, and then you rotate this around on a swivel, and it is on a gonna hook onto this little tab here, and you just bring the waist up, and there we have our little robot buddy. He's done in silver and black, and he does actually have some metallic blue on his eyes. As far as articulation, he's got ball jointed shoulders. He's got 90 degrees at the elbow, a little under 90 degrees. Does have a ball jointed waist, so you get full 360 there. I don't think there's, yeah, it doesn't look like there's any motion at the head. And full range at the knees due to that transformation. And ball jointed hips. So yeah, there is that little fella. And put him off to the side. And onto the articulation of the main figure itself. Head is on a hinge and a swivel. The arms can do a full 360, can come up that far. We get full double jointed elbows. We do get the 3-1 finger split. Do get wrist rotation. We actually have a bicep swivel and a forearm swivel for transformation. We do get full 360 at the waist. The hip skirts do move up. Kind of, yeah, I think that's as far as they go, but it'll let you kick that far forward, and they can go this far back. Does get double jointed knees with plenty of range over 90 degrees. Do have a hip swivel. We do have some movement up and down at the toe due to transformation, and we do get ankle movement. And let's see what else. We do also get a full splits and nice ratcheted side hips there. So yeah, there is that. But let's go ahead and move on to the transformation. And I will admit there is a lot of stiff joints on this guy, but he does feel pretty solid for the most part. But we're going to go ahead and fold his arms up like this, just because it'll help keep them out of the way. But you're going to come back here and wiggle his backpack loose, like so. And then pop it off of this main, oh wait, no, not that part, this part. And just kind of leave that there for now. Then we're going to push down on his waist and bring this whole assembly forward. And then what we want to do is we want to come under his head on this panel it's on and just sort of, there we go, pop it up. Then you're going to fold this in, and I find it easier to get this through if you rotate his head back around. Then you're going to rotate this whole thing up on a hinge. Then you're going to fold these panels from his chest down and bring them around. And you can see that there's a little peg here and a little tab here, and they'll pull and slot. But actually, before you put them together, you do want to pull these down because it'll be a lot easier before they're tabbed together. Like so. Then we bring the head through this big open slot, like so. Make sure it clicks. And then fold this the rest of the way up, like so. Then for the, you can rotate this the rest of the way up. For the legs, what we're going to do is we're going to come back here and open these back panels. If I can get them open. My fingernails are like completely torn apart from messing with Transformers the last couple days. Just been kind of in the mood for it. Sort of got to wiggle these up. They're a lot easier to put down than they are to pull up. But yeah, you pull these up, rotate around, and push it into place. And while you're here, you're going to push the kneecap, this metallic blue part, down. And you'll be able to see there is a slider inside of his leg here, that black square. And I want to make sure to, come on. Oh, that's why it's caught on the little tab. There we go. Yeah, there's ever slight little bump right there. And then we'll open this one up. Do the same thing, we just gotta wiggle that back and forth. My shoulder's getting tired for some reason. Come on. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Come on, there we go. And then push that down. Make sure to get this separated. Push that down, and then we're gonna take this knee, hold it, and swivel this around like so, and then take the thigh swivel, and you're gonna turn his feet inwards. Then no, I'm not doing this wrong, am I? Wait, oop, no, I got the feet pointing the wrong way, that's why. Bend it up like this. Then you'll be able to close these back up like so, making the thrusters for the vehicle mode. Then for the feet, and this is where a lot of tight joints are for me, you're gonna pull these like so, push them forward. Then you're going to rotate. Here, I'll do it like this. Rotate that, and then this blue piece unfolds. And then it comes, gotta find the right way to wiggle this around. There we go. Bring it around like so, and then this whole piece will move up too, like that. So that's how you want that to look. So other foot will rinse and repeat. We fold this up. Do it a little differently this time. Hang on. My thumb is all sore too. Now, yeah, move that up. Gotta try to make this a little easier on my fingers. Pull that. Yeah. Get that all extended out, push that back up, and then we'll sort of bend these inwards. Now we'll come back to this backpack again, and these will swing out to the side. I'm going to move these hands a little bit. And then what they're going to do is they're going to flip up like so, and then you're going to push this, the antenna piece, through, and it'll click up into place. Actually, we want to pull the antenna forward. As we do that, there we go. Then this blue piece we can fold back out. Then we fold the antenna back down and click it into place. Oh, I think it's already in there. Anyway, that will let you sort of assemble the backpack again into the back of the car. And then we want to start bringing these feet in. We're going to come under here and unpeg this crotch piece and then rotate that around and just sort of set that down like that for now. And there are two square holes on his feet, or one on each foot rather. They're going to peg into this tab right here in his waist. So you're going to start bringing all this in like so. And then these tabs in the hip skirts are going to go into his thighs. Like so. Then for the arms, we're going to come... Oops, might have made things a little weird here. Try and squeeze this backpack in place too. It's supposed to be sitting a lot more flush than it actually is right now. Gonna have to undo all this real fast. Don't have it lined up. This little piece is supposed to sit totally flush. There we go. And since we have these like this, I'm gonna do this. You're gonna want to fold the arms underneath like this. And then what I usually do is I just sort of twist at that forearm and then sit those over like this just to keep them out of the way. And these slot and tab on the black piece, get those in there, bring those feet back in. Yeah, going to rotate these light blue pieces like this inward as we bring those feet in, and make sure that we tab those feet back in underneath. I might help if we move that out of the way. And these blue pieces here, there's a little tab. It might be kind of hard to see. On this end there's a little tab that's going to go into this little slot right here. And these heels of his are kind of making seats. I'm not sure how well that comes across, but sort of like that, creating like the side of the car. Get this in there. Make sure that you wait. There's that. Make sure that the top here is tabbing into everything. I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to tab in here somewhere. Anyway, now that the feet are actually tabbed in, you can see that these blue pieces are lining up a little better. They never seem to sit completely flush, but you get the idea here. And there we go. That's better. And yeah, make sure that these blue pieces are tabbed into this. Anyway, put this, tab that back in. And then for the arms, there's a little tab here, a little slot here. You want to make sure that the hand slides into this groove like so. Make sure it's lined up like so. There we go. And we're just going to rinse and repeat that for the other side. Make sure that tab's in. Come on. And there we go. There we have him in vehicle mode. And it is a nice rendition of the futuristic sort of hover car that he is. Again, all those same colors, does look very nice. I liked how they managed to make these thrusters bigger and kind of have them underneath too for the arms, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so before we move on, we're gonna bring our little buddy back in, and he can sort of sit here. I think there's like a way to tab him in. Yeah, he's got a little post right here on his butt, and it's sort of weird to get him in there, but try and fold his legs as far up as I can. And there is a little slot here, and I'm pretty sure he's just supposed to sit in there. So I unpeg his feet a little bit. Pretty sure that's how it's supposed to work. Put his feet up on the dash, maybe. I could have sworn there was a way to tab this guy in. As I drop him. Doo-doo-doo. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, basically you can make him, you know, sit in the seat even if he doesn't tap in. And then as for the gun, you fold down the handle, and this little tab right here will plug into either of these slots right up top here. Like so. So he can be driving along and blasting away as it pops off. So there is that. And we'll do a quick comparison here again. So here he is again next to Studio Series Blur. Get an idea of how they size up next to each other. And here he is again with that blaster mold. And as far as the other accessories, they don't really store anywhere as far as I can tell. They just seem to be more like prop pieces than actual really accessories. Well, I guess that kind of technically is the same. Never mind. But yeah, they don't store on the vehicle. But yeah, you got your little buddy and your little cannon, and yeah, overall a fairly simple transformation in the broad strokes. Aside from the joints being a bit tight, don't really have any issues with them, and the joints aren't so tight that they feel like they're gonna break. They just kind of fight me a little bit when trying to move them, so it makes my fingers sore. He doesn't feel fragile or like he's gonna snap or anything. Everything feels pretty secure. The transformation isn't frustrating. It comes together quite nicely. It does sort of have visible hand syndrome and visible head syndrome. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this figure, and I'm looking forward to more Unique Toys figures I got this a while back and just haven't gotten around to reviewing him. But yeah, I was really in the mood to do some filming today, and I figured, you know what, I need to get around to showing this guy off. Again, I do believe this is a reissue figure, so I'm sure plenty of people already have this figure, but in case you see the reissue pop up and are thinking about getting it yourself, it's still a solid figure. I imagine it was before, and it definitely is now. So that's about it for that. If I were to give him a rating, I think I'd give him a solid 8.5. His transformation is a little simple, and it does sort of show in both modes, but there's nothing really that he does poorly. I don't want to give him a low rating because he feels satisfying, he looks good, and from what I remember, he wasn't terribly expensive either. I'm pretty sure he was under 100, which a lot of third-party Masterpiece figures are well over that these days, so he's definitely a nice budget option. And yeah, so there is that. And I think that's about all I have for today. Yeah, I think we'll wrap things up there. So this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.